Hey everybody, another FNAF video while I'm on vacation. Again, I'm really sorry for the lack of uploads this week. I've been on vacation. I've had a really good time and I really needed a break. YouTube is hella stressful, and especially when FNAF VR came out, I was super stressed, but it was totally worth it. The game's amazing, just saying. It was worth every minute of stress and panic and being scared 24/7, but it's nice to have a break sometimes, and I should say that advice to any content creator out there: you should always have a break from time to time, because it does pile up on you and you get really stressed out and you'll have a major breakdown, which I've had in the past, and I'm sure a lot of other content creators have as well. And that goes to anybody. If you guys are having a rough time, always take a break and take a step back and reflect on what's going on. Anyway, I wanted to do the unsolved mysteries on Five Nights at Freddy's VR, because there's a lot of unanswered questions in this game, tons of unanswered questions, which I'm hopefully going to talk about. I'm not Scott, just letting you guys know that. I don't think I am anyway. So all of these questions are based on my opinion, not Scott. I don't have any involvement with the game or anything, okay? So yeah, a lot of people are still looking and searching, searching around FNAF VR 24/7. I don't know why I have these. They were in the room, I swear. Don't know why I have this either. It was in the room, I swear. So many people have been searching every nook and cranny in FNAF VR to try and find anything else that has been added onto the game, because people are wondering, where's the stage performance? Why is the exotic butters button not doing anything on the screen, when we already know previously it had a few images of real life animatronics, like endoskeletons and faces and stuff like that? Where have they gone? Why is it being removed? Where's the stage performance? We saw it in the FNAF VR trailer. Where is it? It's the first question I'm going to answer, guys. Where is the stage performance? What's going to happen with it? Are we ever going to see a stage performance? Scott, a couple of days ago, actually made a post about this, which I'm going to read to you directly. I know some of you guys are going to be disappointed, and I'm going to say it right now. It looks like the stage performance is never happening. Ever. It's not going to happen in the future. Scott doesn't like it. Steelwall have came up with the stage performance with some voice actors, which was found in the files. And there was also a stage performance without the voice actors, just some music, and they were dancing to the music, which I actually got in my playthrough. I actually got the stage performance, and I think some of the other YouTubers did as well, but Scott didn't like it and asked us to remove it from our videos. So I do have a first reaction to it, and I was blown away. I absolutely loved the stage performance, and it was hilarious and really fun. And while I was dancing to the music and stuff, on the right of me, Glitch Trap was still there, was waving at me. So while I was dancing, I was like, "Excuse me, Glitch Trap, I'm trying to listen to the song." It was really cool reaction. So hopefully in the future, maybe Scott will let us show our first initial reactions, but we'll have to wait and see, because my reaction was great to the stage performance. I absolutely loved it. Anyway, let me read what he said. "Hey everyone, just wanted to comment on a couple of things: Showtime and the mysterious secret images. Showtime was left out of the game because it didn't feel right. It's not that it was unfinished, necessarily. There may be some bits and pieces floating around of incomplete versions, but there was, in fact, a completed version. I made the call to leave it out, though. It's one of those things that needs to feel 110% to me, and that may or may not ever happen." Okay, so he's actually said it may or may not ever happen. So he's still on the boat to, approve it or not. But I think my advice would be to Scott is, if you're not happy with the voices, I think a lot of people would have just been happy with just the chorus music without any of the voice actors. If you're not comfortable having a voice for Freddy or any of the main super important characters, I completely understand. Freddy's voice has to be something you need to be, happy about, because, you made the game it's your game. Freddy Fazbear is the main character. Of course, you need to be happy with the voice of Freddy Fazbear. So that's completely fine. If you've listened to it over and over and over and you thought, I'm not happy with it, let's scrap the idea. But I do think it would have been a nice idea to, just have some music in the background and just have the animatronics dancing to some music. I think that would have been fine. Because, it's literally just chorus music, background music, and, the animatronics are just dancing to it. I really don't see the issue, but it's your call, obviously, and it's just my opinion. But if you didn't like the Freddy Fazbear voice, that's completely fine. Keep the song out. But if, people wanted to see a stage performance, and so did I, I think it would have been better if you just had a little bit of background music and just had them dancing around, because that's the one I reacted to, and I thought it was hilarious and really, really cool to see the animatronics performing. But maybe you might be thinking, I want it to be perfect with voices. So you never know, guys, we might see it in the future, but it might take a while for a future update. About the secret images, Aaron Fletcher himself, the creator of Showbiz Pizza, was nice enough to take those pictures for me, specifically for this project. I had wanted some cool images of animatronic parts and went straight to him for them. However, I removed them when people traced them back to Showbiz Pizza. I'd hoped they were obscure enough to not be so easily identified. I obviously didn't want to connect the two and make people think that Freddy's was based on Showbiz. That's also why I didn't include his name. I loved Showbiz Pizza, and Aaron Fletcher has been terrific every time I've gotten to talk to him. I just didn't want to send any negative attention his way, so I deleted the pictures. I hope that clears things up. So, yeah, a lot of people thought that the images on the screen when you press the exotic buttons shows animatronic parts, animatronic endoskeletons, and people went back and looked at the images and thought, hey, these are very similar to Showbiz Pizza animatronics. So I can completely understand why Scott thought, okay, I don't want them to think like this is a theory based on Showbiz Pizza and Freddy Fazbear's Pizza being connected. Because you guys know what the fan base is like. That's what they'll theorise about. It's true at the end of the day. So maybe in the future, and they've kept the buttons in and the Showtime button, which I'll talk about in a minute. Maybe they're going to do an update and they'll show something different on the screen when they do a later patch. Okay? Maybe that's some really cool Easter egg of something different, which would be really, really cool to see, but we'll have to wait and see. The button. I know a lot of you guys will be like, oh, so Scott scrapped the stage performance. Why has he kept the button in if nothing's going to happen with it? That's just teasing, and it's kind of bad, And I agree with that at the end of the day. If you're not going to keep something in, you shouldn't keep the button in. Because it gives a lot of false hope to people and a lot of disappointment when, we press the button and nothing's going to happen. But wait, don't be disappointed just yet. So somebody asked, why was the button kept if Showtime's not going to be there? And Scott has said, might use the button for something else in the future. So the Showtime button will be used in a future update. Whether that's going to be the animatronics performing or something really cool where, Spring Bonnie might come up or something on the stage, something like that, we don't know. But the Showtime button will be used in a future update, okay? I don't know how long that's going to be, but it's already confirmed to me, guys, that there will be future DLC in this game. I've already said billions of times, this VR game has so much potential, okay? They can do so many more mini-games of the Withered animatronics. They could add Ballora, which people want. They could add the FNAF 6 animatronics of Lefty, and Scrap Baby, and Scrap Trap. The list can go on and on and on. Okay, there's so many things I can do, and it's got so much potential. And I can 100 billion% promise, okay, maybe not promise, confidently say that there will be DLC in this game, or future updates with more mini games. And I said before, Steelwool or Scott, if you're watching, it would be a really nice idea to hype up the community of FNAF VR to do a roadmap of what you're going to include in future updates. So a roadmap, guys, is basically an image with a road from 2019 to 2021 or 2022 or 2020, and you show through the road what DLC you'll be adding. So maybe in December 2019 they'll be adding the FNAF 6 animatronics, and then March 2020 they'll be adding the Withered animatronics. You know, stuff like that would be really nice to see, and it will hype up the community to be ready to play more FNAF VR. And again, guys, this game has so much potential, and I don't want to be negative or anything, or threatening, but if they don't do anything else with this game, it's wasted potential, completely wasted, because they have so many great opportunities to continue this game and add more mini games. It's completely, logical to do something like that. Why end it here when you can make so much more? Speaking about the Withered animatronics, a lot of people are like, oh, where are the Withered animatronics in FNAF VR? They're not here, guys, okay? You already know that by now. The Withered animatronics aren't in the full game yet, okay? Somebody emailed Steelwool, okay, and Way, and they've said, Steelwool, the people who made the game, we are currently making a lot of bug fixes to provide the best experience possible for all FNAF VR players. There are still things we would like to add to the game that will come in as future updates. We won't toss out the idea of having the Withereds in the game. We have been getting a lot of requests for them. So there you go, guys. They've basically confirmed future updates, which is really, really good. And they've said the Withereds aren't out of the question. So they could be adding the Withered animatronics to FNAF 2. But what would be really cool as well is not to just add them to FNAF 2, have their own specific mini games. Maybe we can repair the Withered animatronics. That would be really awesome, of repairing more animatronics other than the FNAF 1 animatronics. You know, how complicated the Withered animatronics endoskeletons are and how withered they are. The animatronics that we've seen so far, are old, yes, and a bit dirty and a bit unclean. But detailed withered animatronics would be amazing to see. Mangle or Springtrap or Lefty. Imagine repairing Lefty. FNAF 6 Lefty. You open it up and you see the puppet inside. It would be a major treat to see. So yeah, those are the unanswered questions about the development of FNAF VR. I can't really think of any more to do with the development because I'm not the dev team, so I'm not going to know everything, am I? But I did ask you guys on Twitter, do you have any unanswered questions about FNAF VR's story? Just letting you guys know, I did a FNAF VR explained video, which a lot of people liked, and I'm really happy, so thank you guys for watching that. I just explained the whole story, very simplified, okay? I don't branch out on things because that's not what the video was about. I know some people were like, oh, why didn't you go into more detail about the indie developer? And the reason why I didn't is because I wanted to keep it as simple as possible for now in that specific video, because it was an explained video. If I start branching out and theorising about the indie developer being Scott Cawthon and the games all being fake that we played in the past weren't actually real lore, it was just real games made by Scott for Fazbear Entertainment, a lot of people would have got confused and it wouldn't have been an explained video, it would have been a theory video. Okay, so Kane asked, and a lot of other people asked, what's going on with the Halloween mask on the floor? What did Jeremy do with the paper guillotine that was supposed to help anything at all? Okay, so yeah. So, a lot of people are asking about the Halloween mask. Tape Girl mentions walking into the Silver Parasol office and seeing a Halloween mask on the floor with ink around it. And, yeah, I don't really understand it either, to be honest. It could just be simply a tiny little detail that was just there. To me, it's probably what I think is that Spring Bonnie, Glitch Trap, was starting to possess Jeremy, and Jeremy, you know, Glitch Trap was getting in control of Jeremy. So Jeremy was doing things that Glitch Trap wanted to do. So Glitch Trap was making Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria masks. You know, the kiddie masks in the FNAF 3 mini games, you know, handcrafted masks that the kids used to make, something like that, where Glitch Trap's past, you know, he wants to do things like that again because now he's got control of Jeremy. You know, he can make masks and he can have fun and he can be like the good old days, you know, making masks and killing kids and, you know, making pizza or, you know, sending pizza to kids. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So Glitch Trap is now in the real world again, not in a game. He's possessing Jeremy and he can start doing things that he used to do in the past, like making masks for the kids. Does that make sense? That's what I think anyway. And maybe the ink represents the possession. Okay, so the black tar on the floor represents Glitch Trap possessing Jeremy. You know, things like, if you guys have watched horror films when somebody gets possessed by a demon, sometimes they like throw up like black sludge and stuff like that. To show that they're now corrupted because they've been possessed by somebody. So maybe that's the case. So the reason why the black tar ink was next to the mask is for Scott to show that Jeremy's being possessed now. And the reason why he's got ink on his body when he's got the VR headset on is because he's slowly being possessed by Jeremy and he's getting corrupted. Does that make sense? That's what I think. So the reason why the mask was there and the guillotine was because Glitch Trap was slowly possessing him and he was doing things in the real world then. Pandora asked, why did Glitch Trap turn into a plushie? This could go in and in with the other question, is the dark room, okay? So when you press the switch, you play the music, flip the switch when Glitch Trap's about to possess you, and you win, you stop him from doing it and you trap him, and then you spawn in a dark room. Okay, there's so many ideas what this could be. So many ideas. Are we the player again? Have we been teleported into this room and Glitch Trap's won? I don't know. Are we Jeremy's lost soul after the possession and him dying? Is his soul trapped in the game and that's Jeremy in a closed room and Glitch Trap has still got his soul trapped in the game? Is it a past memory, a mini game of somebody's memory, like a child's memory, being locked in a safe room before Glitch Trap kills them, Spring Bonnie kills them? It could be a lot of things. Are we in a different view where we've locked Spring Bonnie in a prison and we're opening the cell door to see him trapped in there? I don't think that's the case because the door has handprints, like scrape marks of kids, and you know, he shushes and walks away. So it seems to me, guys, it feels to me like it's a past memory. Just like Pizza Party, where a kid, you know, we experience a kid getting stuffed in a suit by Spring Bonnie. It seems to me it's something like that, where we're experiencing a kid being trapped in the safe room and Spring Bonnie is telling him to shush and backs away because later on he's going to kill him. Somebody went into the files of the dark room, by the way, and they've gone out of the map and apparently it's in the FNAF 1 safe room location. You know, the hidden room where Springtrap gets, you know, William Afton gets Springtrap, that secret room above the toilets in FNAF 1. Someone said it's in the FNAF 1 map where that is. So that's an interesting bit of information for you guys. So it definitely seems to be a safe room where the kids get hidden when they're about to get killed. Okay, you can clearly see the kiddie scrape marks on the walls and the door. So to me, it's a past memory of Spring Bonnie about to kill a kid. Okay, and he's telling them to shush because they're probably crying or something. I don't know, but that's my idea. The reason why Glitch Trap gets turned into a plushie is because I feel like that was the only way the game could control it. So we already know that Glitch Trap couldn't be deleted. Okay, we know that. So Tape Girl was saying, oh, I've tried to delete the logs and, you know, we can't get rid of him. He can't die. And she does say she has an idea. She has a way to kill it, but that's just a theory. She doesn't know that Glitch Trap's going to die when we flip the switch and stuff, does she? Because she hasn't tried it. Nobody's tried it. We're the first people to try it. I feel like Glitch Trap isn't dead. More like he's being trapped inside the plushie. Because if you look at the plushie, guys, and you pick it up, it's still glitchy. It's not just a plushie, it's got glitching everywhere. So it seems like we've trapped him inside the plushie, and that might lead to a future update where he gets released, or we actually destroy the plushie in a future update. Something like that. I don't feel like it's over yet for Glitch Trap. I do feel like he's going to return, or we're going to have a final battle with him where we actually kill him and delete him from the game. Who are we playing as in FNAF VR? We're playing as a beta tester for FNAF VR with the other company. I do this explanation. I say this in my explanation video. So Silver Parasol Games sells the FNAF VR game to a different company, and we are working for that different company, and we're testing the game when we've bought it, and you know, we find the logs and stuff to get rid of him. Another idea is that the game actually released to the public and we're playing it as literally a public player. So there's two ideas, guys. So one, we're in the other company that the game's been sold to, and we're testing the game before release in the FNAF lore, or we are a public player and it's actually been released to the public now, and Glitch Trap still hasn't been killed and it's been set off in the whole world. But I don't know. Maybe, but I'm more to the side that we're in the other company testing the game. But who knows? I don't think we're playing as like Jeremy or something. It wouldn't make sense. I feel like it would be safer to say we're just playing as a non-important protagonist, just a tester of the game. Can Glitch Trap talk? Yeah, he probably can. I mean, when he's in the dark room, he goes shh. So he does have speech. So maybe there will be a voice actor for Glitch Trap in the future. I mean, we've already got a voice actor for William Afton. But I've been doing some voice actor work for Spring Bonnie, Glitch Trap. I'm going to do some more when I get home and actually have an SFM created to it. But I had a really nice idea where, you know, Glitch Trap isn't going to speak like this luring kids.
I always come back.
He's not going to speak like that to a kid, is he? Like,
come here, child. Come to my safe room. Come and meet Freddy Fazbear.
He's not going to speak like that, okay? He's going to act first, like, you know,
hey kids, I'm Spring Bonnie. Come to my pizza party, and we'll have lots of fun, and you'll get to meet Freddy Fazbear, my best pal.
But like when he's talking like that, he'll change to the William Afton voice. So, I don't know. Let's think of something like,
hey kiddo, do you trust me? I hope you do. Come in here. I'll show you where the fun is.
Something like that, do you know what I mean? Where, like, as soon as he turns dark, he goes back to the British evil voice that we know of. That's what I think, that's how I think his voice should be. So, yeah. Anything else I need to think of? Is the rabbit William Afton? Again, we did this in the explain video. The glitch trap is either literally the spirit of William Afton or a part of his dark side, okay? Like his darkness, like the darkest form of William Afton. So it's up to you to decide. I don't think it's William Afton. I think William Afton is in hell now and he's suffering, but a part of his darkness is still inside, the chips and the databases of, the endoskeletons and stuff like that. So, and that's like turned into its own like virus and form that went into the game. Like all his bad past is now, like it's worse than William Afton. I feel like Glitch Trap is worse than William Afton. It's William Afton's like darkest, like deepest, inner demon. Does that make sense? And it's like it's got no remorse now. Like I know William Afton's a bad guy and he's done really terrible things, but there might have been like a nice side to him. Like maybe a tiny bit of compassion. But this is like literally bad. Like bad. Okay, let's carry on. I think that's it though. What happened to Tape Girl? That's a tough one. I don't think anything bad happened to Tape Girl or Dale or any of the other company apart from Jeremy. Jeremy's either dead or, he's gone insane from being almost possessed by Glitch Trap. But I don't think anything happened to Tape Girl. She talks about testing the game, but she doesn't have enough time to kill it. She's trapped Glitch Trap in tapes, 16 tapes, split him apart in 16 tapes, but she doesn't have enough time to delete it and get rid of it because she only had 3 days to test the game. And on the last day, she figured out how to do things, but she didn't have enough time. So she gave us advice, to tell us how to kill it for the next company is who we're playing as. Somebody works for the other game company. So I don't think she died, and I don't think anything bad happened to any of the other team members apart from Jeremy. I'm trying to think of any unanswered questions that I've experienced through the game. The Scott one. Okay, we need to talk about that a little bit. So the Scott Corfin one. So at the start of the game, when we're going through the roller coaster, Hand Unit talks about somebody making false rumours and he's a complete liar. And there's literally a picture of Scott. It's literally a picture of Scott. Okay, so Scott has inserted himself in the game. And Hand Unit directly targets him as being a liar and insane. And Tape Girl talks about Fazbear Entertainment hiring an indie developer to make Five Nights at Freddy's games, talking about the story and the lore. People think it's Scott, okay? And I can understand why, okay? Even I think it's Scott now. But it's so confusing now because if Scott is the indie developer and he's made games for Fazbear Entertainment, are FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 the games that FNAF VR is talking about that Scott made, which is completely super deep and mind-killing to think about. It makes you think, okay, so were any of the parts of those games accurate? Or was it interpreted by, false rumours and Fazbear Entertainment? Do you know what I mean? It's really deep and confusing. If you guys want me to be honest, I don't want it to be the games, because if it is the games, it kind of confuses a lot of things because we don't know what to believe anymore. What side of the story was true? Was it just William Afton killed some kids and he got possessed? The animatronic got possessed, is that it? Or, the story behind Baby and the mini games, the secret mini games, stuff like that. were they just false rumours and stories made up, or were they real? That's why it's complicated and confusing. I feel like Scott's done it to show that the games do have retcons, which means, you know, untrue things about the games now. So let's say the retcon could be, you know, Golden Freddy is the bite victim, but now it's not. Do you know what I mean? So some parts of the games could be untrue now. So I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll have to wait and see if this is explored even more. So basically, the indie developer could be Scott. So Scott is now in the game lore, and Fazbear Entertainment has hired Scott before the FNAF VR game to make FNAF games based around the story and the lore and the false rumours. And then Scott gets fired by the company, and then Fazbear Entertainment says, hey, Scott Cawthon's a liar. Don't believe what he said. He said it was all lies. He's insane. Don't believe him. But hey, check out that FNAF game. Let's make some money, buy our merch. Which makes fun and gags about the rumours of the past in an actual VR game that you can experience. So it's kind of weird. And in my explain video, I said Fazbear Entertainment hired the indie developer to make games, and then because of all the suspicions about Fazbear Entertainment, it actually ruined the business. That's why they fired the indie developer. But a lot of people had another really nice idea to say Fazbear Entertainment hired Scott purposely to make suspicions and you know, make the hype of Freddy Fazbear back again, and then deliberately fired him on purpose to say it was all fake. Do you know what I mean? So it could be two sides, you know, to discredit everything. So yeah, make of it what you will. It doesn't really matter. You guys just need to know that Fazbear Entertainment's a very crappy company, and Scott Cawthon could now be canon in the game as making the Five Nights at Freddy's games. So we are playing, for 5 years we've been playing FNAF games that was actually made by Scott in the game, hired by Fazbear Entertainment in the game lore, about the game lore that may or may not be true. So make of it what you will. We'll probably get more explanation about that in the future, though. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I've just double checking through everything, and I think I've answered most of the unanswered questions. Because the video is getting a bit long now, and I've been talking for ages, and I don't want you guys to fall asleep. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, hopefully I've, you know, made things a little bit easier for you guys now. You know, I've gave you some ideas to think about. Never straight answers. I never give you guys straight answers because I always want you guys to have open minds, to think about things for yourself. Don't have the answer fed to you, you know, when you guys can have a load of ideas that you guys can have an answer for yourself, okay? Because I know in the past, like, if anybody makes a theory that's different to another theory, like they say, oh, you're wrong, he's right, or he's right. And I've never wanted to do that, because I know what the internet's like, and I know what the fan base is like. So I always give you guys different ideas so you can make your own judgment instead of me giving you a straight answer that may or may not be true, because we don't know. But yeah, I completely understand why people make theories. Like MatPat, for example, I completely respect him for doing it. But I like giving you guys different ideas instead of a straight theory, but that's just my opinion. And it makes it a lot easier for me, because I can just think and think and think. I have made theories before, but I admire MatPat for working so hard to, you know, doing his research and giving you guys his straight theory. So yeah, I love MatPat. I love you if you're watching. Love you loads. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm back soon. I've had a really nice time, but it's time to get back to work. I'll probably do some more FNAF VR videos when I get back. Some actual videos and just me talking in a cabin. So yeah, lots of love, guys. I'll be back soon, and I'll see you all next time.